Today we're going to ask Pennsylvanians who they're going to vote for in this upcoming election. Pennsylvania is the swing state with the most electoral votes, and they have predicted who will be president 10 out of the last 12 elections. So if you want to know who's going to be president, keep watching this video. Subscribe to my channel right now. Let's go. In this video, you're also going to come with me to the Trump rally in Reading, Pennsylvania. It was an incredible experience. Who are you guys going to be voting for this election?
I'd rather not share.
Kamala. Kamala? Okay.
Trump.
Trump? Trump?
Yeah, Trump.
Trump. Two Trumps?
Yeah, nobody. Today they all work for each other. Once this stuff is over, they go in the back, they shake hands and laugh at each other and be like, hey, you can come work for me. We just fooled the American people thinking we were like really mad at each other.
As if we have a choice.
Yeah, we don't. It's just whatever that shit is, that's what it's gonna be.
Okay, we got two more for Trump. Thanks, guys. Harris. Okay, got another Harris.
Kamala, of course.
Okay. Do you guys prefer Harris or Trump?
Harris.
Harris?
Yes.
Okay, both of you?
Yes.
All right. Trump or Harris?
Trump.
Trump. Okay. Trump or Harris?
Oh, I don't tell anybody who I vote for.
Trump or Harris?
Trump.
Do you prefer Donald Trump or Harris?
Harris.
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 Harris. Do you guys prefer Trump or Harris? Harris. Harris?
Harris, absolutely.
Okay. Trump or Harris?
Neither, I'm sorry.
Neither? Okay. Are you for Trump or Harris?
Neither.
Neither? Okay.
What'd you say?
Trump or Harris?
Harris.
Okay. Trump or Harris?
Is that a real question?
Harris.
Okay. Do you prefer Trump or Harris?
Harris.
Okay.
Harris?
Okay. Harris. Okay. Quick question. Do you prefer Donald Trump or Kamala Harris?
Definitely Harris.
Okay. Who do you think most people in the state of Pennsylvania are going to vote for?
It's tricky. It's definitely close. I'd probably have to lean towards Harris just because I think in the past 4 years, a lot of the special elections have gone towards Harris, especially with our governor and our senator. So I think it'll be Harris, but probably pretty close. A lot of the working class folks have been slightly leaning towards Trump, so we'll see what happens this fall.
Trump or Kamala? Harris.
Absolutely.
Harris. Okay. He said Harris. Absolutely.
Both.
He said both. Team America. Trump or Harris?
Oh, Harris.
Okay. Harris. You guys going Harris or Trump?
I don't know.
I think that was a Trump. No? Okay. So far, the information we have received is very biased because it's a big city and all big cities tend to vote for the Democratic Party. So we are driving 1 hour away from Philadelphia. We're almost in Reading. It's a city with 94,000 people, and even though it's smaller, the turnout was still fantastic and the energy was amazing. We have now switched sceneries to Reading, Pennsylvania. This place has the greenest grass I've ever seen, some beautiful houses, super cute. Everything is so quiet. It has such a small town feel. Trump is going to be holding a rally here later this evening. Are you guys voting for Trump or Harris?
I don't know. I would rather not say.
Okay. Trump or Harris?
I have no preference.
Okay. For Donald Trump or Kamala Harris? Neither? Okay. Do you prefer Trump or Harris?
Neither.
Neither? Okay.
Pray the Father, and he shall come and give you another comfort, that he may abide in you forever, even the Spirit of truth.
This place is like a concert. We're so close to Donald Trump. I cannot believe I'm about to see him. This is something I've been looking forward to for many years. Donald Trump is a legend in every sense of the word, and I am so excited I might cry. My mic accidentally wasn't recording here, but this guy says that he believes Trump is gonna win. He has Georgia, he has Pennsylvania, and he has North Carolina. And then his wife said that Kamala is fired.
We have seen the beautiful Kamala Harris for 1,400 days in the White House.
Ooh.
And the woman cannot articulate for us what her policies are. And that's because she doesn't have any. No, I should take that back. She's now adopting my favorite president's policies. She is anti-fracking. She has not done well for our economy. She has opened our borders. She is soft on crime, and her cohort wants to put tampons in boys' bathrooms. I am a MAGA woman with babies, and that ain't happening. So where I come from, when you fail at your job for 1,400 days, you don't get another 1,460 days. And if you ever have any doubts about her position on her performance, her review on The View yesterday, she said she wouldn't change a damn thing. Well, thank you for saying so, Kamala. But the American people decide who gets promoted. And you are not getting promoted. You are fired. Make sure you vote. MAGA, baby.
Yeah. It's a choice between strength, the strength of Donald Trump, and the weakness of Biden and Harris. It's about mental toughness. It's about heart. It's about staying on offense. It's about saving our country and making Pennsylvania great again. God bless you and thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Vivek Ramaswamy.
We are running against a machine, and we need a commander-in-chief who will finally get in there and dismantle that machine. And that commander-in-chief is your next president, the 47th president of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump. If you want to seal the border, vote Trump. If you want to grow the economy, vote Trump. If you want to stay out of World War III,
Vote Trump.
If you want to revive national pride in this country,
Vote Trump.
If you want to make America great again, vote Trump. It is a 1776 moment in this country, my friends. We need our George Washington to cross the Delaware. When George Washington did it, they shot bullets at him then back then too. Donald Trump is the George Washington of our moment. And it's going to require every one of us to win the revolution this year at home. We are a nation in decline, but we don't have to be. Decline is a choice. We don't have to be at the end of ancient Rome. We don't have to be this nation in decline. We can still be a nation in our ascent. A nation whose best days, not in some fake politician way, but in a true way, a nation whose best days are still yet ahead of us. So we will look our kids in the eye and mean it when we tell them that no matter who you are, or where your parents came from, or what your skin color is, that you get ahead in the United States of America with your own hard work, your own commitment, your own dedication, and that you know what, you are free to speak your mind at every step of the way. That is the American dream. That is what we all want to do. And that is what Donald Trump will revive as your next president. Thank you, Pennsylvania. God bless you. And may God bless our United States of America. But did Donald Trump back down? Did Donald Trump waver? No. Did Donald Trump, God forbid, did he surrender? No. He fought. He fought with everything he had. He stared down one assassin. He stared down two assassins. He stared down hostile foreign governments. Donald Trump. Vote early, get your friends, get your colleagues, get everyone you know. Send in those ballots. Because if Pennsylvania goes for Trump, Trump will be the 47th president of the United States of America. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
Excited to see Trump. I cannot wait.
And it led to a growth like we've never seen before. We developed the greatest economy in history by far. When I left office, it changed. Inflation destroyed the lives of so many people. Interest rates went from 2% to 10%. Millions of illegal immigrants, traffickers, and drugs coming into our country. Our country has gone to hell. So I made a decision to run. We're going to make America great again, greater than ever before. I will fight for you with every breath, and I will never let you down.
President Trump is literally putting his life on the line and he's willing to risk it all because he loves this country.
He is strong, he is fearless, and he is what this country needs right now.
Our cities will be safe, our streets will be clean, and our border will be secure.
We can't allow our country to be destroyed by politicians who will put their own power ahead of the interests of the American people, our freedom, and our future.
The left told me to hate Trump. When you cut through the lies, you realize the truth. American families were better when Donald Trump was president. We were safer, wealthier, and stronger.
So if you love this country, if you want to stand up and fight for the future of our nation, you must re-elect Donald J. Trump.
Big hello, Pennsylvania. And it's great to be back in this beautiful Commonwealth with thousands of proud, hardworking American patriots. You are indeed. You are hardworking, proud. We love the country. We're going to save our country. We are going to save it from these lunatics. Hit just about now. In a little while, you're going to see a hurricane like we haven't seen in a long time, as well as all of the people still recovering from Hurricane Helene. So we have North Carolina's been hit very hard, and this administration has not done a proper job at all. Terrible, terrible. Nobody's seen anything like it. But we just pray for everybody. We want them all to be good, and we're going to be there hopefully soon, and we're going to help them rebuild and get it all back together. And we hope that God will keep them safe. God will keep them safe. Just 27 days from now, we're going to win Pennsylvania. We're going to defeat Kamala Harris. And we are going to make America great again. And when we well, you know this, when we win, it will be, I believe, the greatest political victory in American history. I believe it. It will be the greatest. We had an incredible evening on Saturday in Butler, Pennsylvania. We love Butler. Butler's become a very famous place. Celebrating the brave firefighter and fire chief, we love Corey, right? Who sacrificed his life in the attack 12 weeks ago. Just take a look at all of the incredible patriots. You have to see this to believe it. Over 100,000 people. Take a look at this. Thank you. Who is that man up there? I don't recognize him. Who is that? From the very beginning of this journey, I've been on a mission to rescue our nation from a failed and corrupt political establishment and to give you back the country you believe in, the country you were born in, and the country you deserve. We're going to get it back. We're all getting it back. In that mission, I will never quit, I will never bend, I will never break, and I will never, not ever, under any circumstances, even in the face of death, we will never give up. Never going to give up. We're going to turn it around.
We're gonna have the 4 greatest years we've ever had. I'm putting everything on the line to fight for you. I didn't have to be here. I could be in a beautiful beach. I could be in a gorgeous beach somewhere in the world. The sun beaming down on this beautiful body in a bathing suit. The sun would be beaming down, the waves would be crashing into my face. Instead, I'm here with you in Pennsylvania, and I'd rather be doing that. And all I want is one thing. Because we're going to do this, you have to go out and vote. You don't even have to give us any money. That's a pretty good deal, right? Just vote. Vote for all of us. You're not voting for me, you're voting for all of us. We're going to save our country. It's being run by incompetent people that have no idea what the hell they're doing. Early voting is underway now, so when the polls open tomorrow, don't wait. Go immediately. Go as soon as you can. If you want, you go. Some people want to wait. They want to wait till that beautiful Tuesday, that day that's going to be the most important day in the history of our country. I believe, I really believe that. I think we're going to win Pennsylvania. We're leading in all the polls. I shouldn't tell you that. I should say we're down 1. We're down 1. Get out of it. Now we're doing well in Pennsylvania, we're doing well in Michigan, we're doing well in Arizona, Nevada. We're doing well everywhere. We're doing well in places that a Republican hasn't won in years.
There is not a thing that comes to mind in terms of, and I've been part of most of the decisions that have had impact.
Last time they kept a man in the basement and they had an excuse. They had a thing called COVID around. And we did great last year, I want to tell you. We did great in 2020, we did great in 2016, but we got millions more votes in 2020. Think about that one. So we have to make this too big to rig, right? Too big to rig. So Kamala just said that she can't think of one thing she'd do differently than crooked Joe Biden. Right? So how about, I'll read off a little list to you. How about the following? She wouldn't do one thing. Remember that. What about the nation-wrecking border invasion, 21 million people? 21 million people plus came into our nation, and among them are murderers, drug dealers, people from mental institutions, human traffickers, mostly in women. How about that? She wouldn't do that differently? She went from the best border in the world to the worst border in the world. She pushing, how about this, pushing transgender ideology on minor children. How about that one? Your child goes to school and they take your child, it was a he, and comes back a she. And they do it. And often without parental consent. Can you even believe we're saying this? How about men playing in women's sports? How about that? How about the insane electric vehicle mandate where everybody's got to have an electric car almost immediately? They don't go far, they cost a lot more, and they're going to be made in China. And by the way, I think they're fantastic for a certain group of people that want them. And I'm not saying that because I'm a big fan of Elon, who endorsed us, you know that. Elon's great, and he makes a great product, and it is, and there's a market for it, it's great. There are people that want it, and I think it's fantastic, actually. But you know what? Some people want gasoline. We have more gasoline, we have more liquid gold under our feet than any other country anywhere in the world. But I'll tell you, Elon was at Butler. You saw, he was having the time of his life. And I didn't even know we had it. You saw a black hat, you saw that. And it has in a very subtle way with black letters, "Make America Great Again." And I didn't even know we sold them. And he wore one. And you know, his imagination is rather good, like better maybe than anybody in the world. He sends up rockets. He has what he did with Starlink was so incredible for North Carolina and Georgia and Alabama. They said, "Sir, do you know Elon Musk?" I said, "Yeah, I happen. We just endorsed this, like the best endorsement you've ever heard." He said, "We're going to save America. If we don't, this country is ruined." But think of it, they said, "You know, because he has something called Starlink, and it's very hard to get, it's so popular." I said, "What do you need it for?" He said, "In North Carolina, we have absolutely no communications." Also, the governor of Georgia is doing an excellent job. They didn't have any communications in certain sections of Georgia. And I said, "Well, what do you want?" He said, "Could you get us like Starlink?" So I called up Elon. I said, "Elon, what the hell is Starlink?" He said, "Because North Carolina needs it for communication really badly, and it's very hard to get." And we talked for about a minute, and all of a sudden I'm getting messages, "Thank you," from North Carolina, from Georgia. "Thank you very much." I'm still on the phone with him. I said, "How the hell did you do that?" He started sending it out, and we hadn't finished our conversation. So we're dealing on a different level with Elon. And it saved them. It saved them. Because all their wires were ripped out. And I asked the people, I said, "So what's better? The wires all over the place when they were working, or Starlink?" He said, "Honestly, Starlink is better." He said, "Starlink is better." So we thank Elon because he helped a lot of people, probably saved a lot of lives. And we thank him for the endorsement, right? We thank him for the endorsement. And I also want to tell you, he made that black hat so popular. We're selling. So what happened? I didn't even know we had it. It's selling like hotcakes. 10,000 hats were sold like in the last day and a half. But listen, more importantly, he calls it Dark MAGA. Dark. I said, "That's the coolest name. That's the coolest name I've..." And he likes it. He's wearing it all the time now. He's great. And one more 11, the worst hurricane response since Katrina. And she's on a fundraising comedy tour while people are stranded and drowning all over some of our greatest states. So as the floodwaters rose in North Carolina and Georgia and Alabama, Virginia, South Carolina, Florida, Tennessee, Kamala flew. By the way, do you think Biden could have done that? Do you think Kamala could have done it? No, Biden would have done better, I think. Biden would have done better. I think he's smarter than Kamala. You know, he's been reinvigorated. He's looking good compared to Kamala. Oh, he has been, right? Look, Mr. Wall, please stand up. Mr. Wall. You know, this guy's a wealthy guy. He does great, but he likes the rallies. He's been to like 250. How about Front Row Joe? Stand up, will you, please? Thank you, guys. They got Front Row Joes all over the place. Unfortunately, most of them can't get a front row seat. It's one of those. Thank you very much for being. A lot of rallies, like 260-something rallies, and it's to escape the rising floodwaters. And they climbed onto roofs. They did anything they can to live, but Kamala didn't send any helicopters to rescue them. And when people sent helicopters, they turned them back. And when, by the way, when Elon sent Starlink, originally they confiscated it, they took it. It took them a long time to get it over there, and it's a disgrace. And he doesn't want to say that, but I'll say it. It was disgraceful what they did. So she didn't send anything or anyone at all. Days passed, no help as men, women, and children drowned. North Carolina has 8 military bases, great bases.
I love working for Uncle Harris.
They become real estate developers from Venezuela. They have equipment that our military doesn't have. Where the hell did they get that equipment? And the governor of Colorado, who's a weak Democrat, radical left, he's beside himself. He said, oh, what do I do? What do I do? You get him the hell out of there, that's what you do. The Democrats brought him in. And you know what? Little cities and towns all over the country are being invaded, but the ones that aren't, they're just as scared because they know it's going to happen. Because we have hundreds of thousands of these people, and there's so many of them are criminal. And you know what? If I were the head of, I want to name countries, but they're all friends of mine in one way or the other. I know most of them, almost all of them. But you know, if I were doing that, I would have done it even faster than them. In Venezuela, many countries, they're emptying their prisons into our country. I would have had, because Venezuela has only gone about 50%. I would have had it down to 100%. Why wouldn't I? Do you know the money they save and the turmoil they save? When they take the criminal gangs from Caracas off the streets and they bust them into the United States and drop them, and you community, every single group, not one was left behind. And the best ones, in terms of proportionately, were low-income people. They did the best.
Yeah. That will bring inflation down, the housing prices down, rents down, and close the borders, fix immigration.
Because I'll put 100 or a 200% tariff. We don't want their cars. We want to make our cars here, and that includes in Pennsylvania.
Please make sure that you're subscribed to my channel. Thanks and see you next time.